From today, we will be learning JavaScript. JavaScript is a programming language used to make websites. Any website that you see on the internet, let's say this google.com, whatever content that you are saying, for example, here there is a Google logo, and then this is a search bar and everything. All these contents are provided by HTML and their styling. For example, how long this search bar would be, what should be the size of this logo and its position. Everything is done by CSS, and in JavaScript makes our website interactive. For example, here there is a customized button. If we do not use JavaScript, then pressing this button will not do anything. But if we want these things appear when we press this button, then we need to use JavaScript. JavaScript, just like HTML and CSS, gives instruction to the computer to make our website interactive. Few of the instructions that we can see right here. If we inspect this page, right click, inspect, and here if we go to this console, and here if we write alert, open and close bracket, and then a semicolon. Inside this open and close bracket, whatever we will write will appear as a pop-up on our web page. For example, let's say here if we want a pop-up of hello world, then here inside this open and close bracket we need to write hello world. And make sure to put your text inside single or double quotation. Now press enter and you will see we have a pop-up called hello world. This is one of the commands that we gave using JavaScript, and our page followed that. So we will learn about all of these commands later in this course. For now, let's see what else we can do inside this console. We can do math inside this console. Anything, let's say 4 plus 5, 9, and if we press enter, we'll get our result 9. We can even write some complex expressions. For example, 2 plus 3 times 5. These types of expressions are not evaluated left to right. For example, it's not 2 plus 3, 5 times 5. There is a priority rule in solving a math expression. In any expression, multiplication and division have the higher priority than addition and subtraction. And note one thing, addition and subtraction has equal priority. Similarly, multiplication and division also have equal priority. So if they both appear, for example, here if we say 2 plus 3 minus 4. Now since both plus and minus have equal priority, so this time our computer will do the calculations from left to right. This is the order of operation. Although for plus and minus, it does not matter if you do negative first or positive. But in case of multiplication and division, sometimes it does matter. Here, if you see, since it has both multiplication and division, so according to the computer, it will go from left to right. So first it will solve 5 times 3, that is 15, and then it will divide this 15 by 5. So we'll get 3. In this case, let's copy this from here and paste it. If you deliberately want to perform this addition first and then this multiplication, then you can use brackets. You can put them inside brackets. So brackets have the highest priority. Now this will be solved 3 plus 2 first, and then it will be multiplied with 5. So that's why we'll get 25. Now these numbers that we have used are integers, and any number with decimal is a floating point number. Till this point, we have performed all the calculations using integers only. And computers are very good at performing calculations with integer. But one thing that computer is not very good at is performing calculations on floating number. For example, if we add 0.1 plus 0.2, then the answer should be 0.3. but this is 0.3000000 and then 4. Although it is very close to 0.3, but it's not quite 0.3. At the same time, if we add 1 plus 2, then the result is proper 3. There is no 3.000000 and then 4. This is happening because we know computer stores data in binary language. In binary number system, you can store all the integer numbers very precisely. But you cannot store some some decimal numbers very precisely in binary number system. For example, here 0.2, you can never store exact 0.2 in binary number system. Although this problem does not arise with all the calculations, let's say we add 0.1 plus 0.3. This time we are getting exactly 0.4. There is no 0.4000000 and then 1. It's because this time we did not use 0.2. So it is considered a good practice if you avoid using decimal in your calculations. Here if we want to add this 0.1 and 0.2, so first we should convert it into an integer number. So we'll write 0.1 times 10, so that this 0.1 converts into 1, and then we'll write plus 0.2 times 10. Now this 0.2 will convert to 2, so therefore performing integer will become easy, as 1 plus 2 is 3, and since we need the final answer as 0.3, so we'll divide this by 10. There we go. We have got our answer 0.3. Now let's talk about some terminologies. Here this plus, minus, into, divide, these are called operators, and then numbers that we use, for example here 4 and 5 are operand, and this calculation we usually refer this as operation, addition operation, and here subtraction operation, multiplication or division. There are few more operations. For example, there is a operation called modulus, which is denoted as percentage. Let's say we have 14 modulus 2. So what does this modulus gives? It gives us the remainder on dividing this number by this. So here if we divide 14 by 2, the remainder is 0. That's why we are getting a 0. But if we change this to 3, then you will see 3 times 4 is 12, and then 2 is remaining. Now with JavaScript, we can even perform some other mathematical operations. For example, if we want to round a number, let's say there is a number 23.4, and we want it to be rounded up to its closest integer. So for that we have another function in JavaScript, just like this alert function. We also have math. Make sure the M of math is capital, since JavaScript is case sensitive. So if you will write M in lowercase, then this function won't work. So after math we'll write dot round, and then we'll put the brackets, and inside this bracket we can write any number we want to round. Let's say 23.4. There we go, we got 23. Let's change this to 23.6. We'll get 24, and even for 23.5 we'll get 24. That's how Math.round works. And just like this function, we have numerous other functions that we'll talk about whenever we'll required. I think that's all for today. Today we have learned the introduction of JavaScript, gave a command, and learned some mathematics.